Respected friends, salutations, gratitudes, welcome you all with all appreciations, congratulations. May Lord Rama, may Sage Vasishtha and all Guru Parampara be happy, pleased with our these sincere efforts of trying to understand the Tattva and the Jagat through the study of this great Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. May having pleased May getting pleased by our this endeavor, may they bless us with a spashta understanding of every aspect and let the truth be revealed so vividly to us as the world is seen by us when we open the eyes, when the eyes are intact. With this Sankalpa, Prarthana, Utsaha, let's continue, friends. We are studying third Utpatthi Prakaranam of this grand Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana. In this Leelopakhyanam, 28th SARGA yesterday, we chanted it, and that is about GIRI GRAMA VARNANA. Before that, GIRI GRAMA VARNANA done in first 20 slokas or 18 of them. The entire Stula Sukshma Jagats are only in the Maya at the Samashti level, from the Veshti level is Avidya, Kalpita only. In that Desha Kala, every one of them are Kalpita. As from the Sthula to the Sukshma, we transcend in our identity. The Sthula will be able to visualize, or what do you say, will be freed from the clutches of that Sthula. Through Yoga Shaktis, we transcend all our wrong notions, our attachments, identities. After which, we are not bound by the Stulata, Sukshmata, therefore we are free. Leela is in that stage. The entire knowledge we are gaining here is for that purpose only, to know that transcend the reality given to transcend the identity with these Stula Sukshma Upadhis through the deeply understood Tattvajnana, Atmajnana. That is the only way. Then you will see rope and rope alone. There is no snake. There is no poison, hissing, movement of the, what do you call, the hood of the snake. All are projected. So no Rupanamatmak Jagat, none of their Janma, modification and death in reality. If at all they are there, they are only Anirvachaniya. They need not be, they can't be explained, so they are not real in any case. When the reality is realized, they won't be there. Brahman alone will be seen as the entire earlier seen name and form. So, therefore, the two things only the entire Vedantic study guides us in is understand the Mithyatva of the Jagat, understand the Brahman to be the Sadvastu. Then the third one is that Sadbrahma is we. We are not a pseudo ego jiva with the projected upadhis. And that we have to assimilate this knowledge and reach in our identity to that level of reality. Then from this unreal, we are no more bound. So may all this knowledge remain in our heart all the time. May we only pursue that. The Lord Rama Vasishtadi bless us. So let's do the study, starting with some of our mantras like everyday and sankalpa. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मभक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम् आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संत वाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ते तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैरनता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने गिरिग्राम वर्णनं नाम अष्टाविंशतितमः सर्गः। श्रीराम उवाच। Friends, we have chanted this sarga yesterday. We have to study it. So the topic is Leela and Saraswati Mata. Both of them are discussing, and so much of jnana is given from by Saraswati Mata to Leela. She has received it. She has become yogini. She could reach to from the Stula Sharira Tadatmya to Ativahika Deha. She could travel with mother into all worlds. Krishna Vasudeva. Uh, and so many lokas they could see, etc. Okay. Then now they are in that Giri Grama, in that Vaashishtha Arundhati Graha. They entered Sukshma Rupena. They gave Darshana Stula Rupena. They had discussion. They blessed them. They became Antardhana. But they are still there. Discussion is still going on. Here Rama asks the question. An answer to that is the revelation to all of us. Let us see how much of clarity comes to us. And these are such Vedantic jnanams. Repeatedly listening, repeatedly contemplating, we are able to understand. They are they need to be some sadhana should be done to experience those states. When you do them, then the picture starts becoming clear, like in science. The more thinking and experimentation you do, the more secrets of the world are revealed. Using them, we can make our life easier, but all of that is sthula. Kevala sthula jagat and only sthula sharira sukha bhoga only. But here in Vedanta, the ultimate truth is revealed through these studies, through these contemplations, through these inner meditational deeper sadhanas. Let us see. Leelopakhyanam Girigrama Varnanam. Sri Rama Uvacha. Sri Ramji starts this sarga with his question. Vajrangasarat Brahmanda Kudyat Nibidda Mandalat Koti Yojana Sampushtat Katham Te Nirgate Avale. Te Avale Katham Nirgate. How they could come out of that Brahmanda Mandala itself. How is that Brahmanda Mandala? Vajranga Sara. It is Vajranga Sara means as strong as the Vajra diamond or Vajrayuda. The Brahmanda Kudya. Kudya means the outer wall of the Brahmanda Mandala is as strong as a Vajra or Vajrayuda. And Nibida Mandala, it is so dense within it. How long is that? Koti Yojana Sampushtat. 1 crore yojanas is its distance. So Koti Yojana Vistirna, Atyanta Nibida, Vajrasara, Brahmanda wall, Kudya. How they nirgate vale? These avalas, Saraswati Mata and Leela, how could they eject out of this Brahmanda Mandala to see all those lokas, etc.? Okay. From here, Rajantapura, they went, crossed the Brahmanda, this one, and saw many other Brahmandas, lokas. Then again they came to the same earth. They entered into that Giri Grama, in that into the Brahmana Gruha. All this is happening now. How did they do the Chedana Vedana of this? Vajrasara Brahmanda Kudya wall. How did they break and go? So all that is space, Swamiji, how do you say it is Vajra means? Yeah, even to reach to those levels, these have taken the Ativahika Deha. So for the Ativahika Deha, that Sukshma Brahmanda Kudya also is strong only, hard only to pierce through and penetrate. So for our Sthula Shariras, the Sthula walls which fall in the same level of reality, they are the ones breaking which we cannot go to the other side. For us, these big walls are Vajrasara. You hit your head, you will break the head. If it is not a government building, if it is, building will break. In the same way, for them in their Atvahika Deha, the Brahmanda crossing would be as strong as this wall only, at that level. How did they cross? Katham te nirgate avale. How did they go cross it? This is one question. Now, the answer is so important. Let us see how much we are able to see literal meaning and from that what is indicated. Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. Vaashishtha Bhagavan is answering. First of all, Kwa Brahmandam Kvatadbhittihi Kwatraso Vajrasarata Kila Avashyam Sthite Devyahu Antapuravarambare. देखो Ko Brahmandam? Are my dear, where is that Brahmandam in reality? Kvatat bhittihi, when the Brahmanda itself is not there, how can this bhitti, the wall covering the Brahmanda, not allowing anybody to go out? Kwa atra asau vajrasarata. Neither Brahmanda is there, nor the bhitti, the wall is there, nor the vajrasarata, the strongness of that the wall is there. Then where is all that happened? Where are they then? Kila avashyam sthite devyo. Avashyam, certainly, sthite were stationed. Devyo, these two Devis, kila, indeed. Where? Antapuravarambare. In that Padma Raja, Leela Rani, their Rajya, in that Antapura, where Leela did, Deepasana and Mother Saraswati appeared. Then both of them, having discussed at length Chidakasha, Chittakasha, etc., as the Leela's desire to see the GIRI GRAMA, both of them leaving their body there. Especially Leela left their Sthula Sharira there. Saraswati Mata always is in the Jnana Deha. Having left the Sthula Sharira, they are intact. Leela took up Ativahika Deha, Mother Saraswati, in that Jnana Deha. In that Rajamandapa, Antapura only, in that Akasha only, all these happened or seen because of their Chitta Sankalpa. Other than that, neither Brahmanda nor Kudya nor Vajrasarata of the Kudya, that you ask, how did they break it open and go beyond? So therefore, as much these lokas are kalpita, so much are those lokas. So too, as much those are kalpita, so much are these. This is what is the experience of the saints from the reality standpoint, having experienced which they are in the state of liberation, which they want to guide us also. Therefore, they are telling all these knowledges, always as well as sadhanas for us to do to reach to those levels of beyond these projected into the reality. That's called the jnanam, then the sadhana. Jnanam is Brahman alone is reality. With all the reality appearance, all these are projected. But those projected being given reality for long time, to understand that they are kalpita, it takes time. What is obstruction in understanding? In our own antakarana, the vasanas, the negative wrong knowledges, the wrong convictions. Vasanas experiencing as desires and having the taste of this world which we are not able to give up. Like people have variety of acidities, stomach problem, yet they are habituated to the tea or coffee or cigarette, they won't give up. एक तरफ खांसी करते रहते हैं फिर भी दे दम लगाते, they are addicted. So too we are addicted to the indriya bhogas, addicted to the deha nidra adi, addicted to the mano attachments, the things and beings. They are becoming obstacle for us to become subtle, to understand the reality as reality, and from its standpoint, all else as mithya. You understood? Step by step, we have to keep on listening, keep on thinking, keep on substantiating our knowledge, making the knowledge substantial. Any doubts, go to the Guru, get clarity. So, where is Brahmanda? Where is Kudya? Where is Vajrasaratha? Both of them are in that Antapura Mandala in the Akasha. So Kila Avashyam Sthite Devyo Antapura Vara Ambare. In that Antapura Ambara only it is. All they are seen. They have the entire traveling, everything has happened in that Antapura Mandala in their Chitta as they have desired or they have done the Kalpana. Okay, continuation. See, listen carefully. Then, while listening only, the main meaning is understood. From that main meaning, the mithyatva of the everything vividly told here than in any of the other shastras. Yet, it is we have come to that knowledge and conviction by purifying our hearts through viveka vairagya, through yoga abhyasa, bhakti sadhana, etc. They all give us that energy, that ability, that certainty to grasp what is said by the great Shastras that Brahman alone Satyam, entire Jagat is Mithya, I the Jiva is none but Brahman only. Next, तस्मिन्नेव गिरिग्रामे तस्मिन्नेवालयाम्बरे ब्राह्मणः स वसिष्ठाख्यः आस्वादयति राजताम् तमेव मण्डपाकाश कोटकं शून्यमात्रकं चतुस्समुद्रपर्यन्तं भूतलं सोऽनुभूतवान्. This is the important thing. Tasmin eva girigrame. First, the girigrama. In that girigrama, that brahmana graha. Tasmin neva alaya ambare. Alaya means the brahmanas alaya graha. Ambara means in that brahmanas room or houses, ambara akasha. That brahmana saha. That brahmana. What is his name? Vasishthakhyaha. He, having left his body, as per his sankalpa that he wanted to become Raja, as per his wife Arundhati's prayer to Saraswati, that my husband's jiva should be there in this akasha. Combination of both of them, this Brahmana jiva left the Brahmana sharira in that akasha only. As the Raja Padma, he enjoyed the entire kingdom, whatever its length and breadth, whatever the bhogas inside it, whatever is the time that he lived. Brahmana savasishthakya aswadayati rajatam. Okay, continuation of the same. Tameva mandapakasha kotakam shunymatrakam chatusamudra paryantam bhutaram saha anubhutavan. So in that Brahmana Gruha Mandapakasha only, which is basically shunyam from the chit standpoint, but having projected there Chatusamudra Paryantam, the all four samudras around in between that, the Bhutalam, the Bhubhaga as a Raja, Saha, that Brahmana as now the Padma, Anubhutavan he enjoyed. And as this was there, the wife Arundhati to Brahmana Patni became the Padma Raja's Patni. Here the Leela. Rama is told by Vasishtha all this. Akashatmani bhupitham tasmin tad rajapattanam rajasadma anubhavati sacha sacha api arundhati. So in that Brahmana Graha Akasha only, the whole Raja's bhupitham. In that Bhupitam only, Tasmin Tad Rajapattanam, the entire kingdom and the capital, and in that Rajasadma, the Raja's Antapura, in that his own room, or is the whole Antapura, Anubhavati Saha. The Raja experienced all his kingly whatever the experiences. Sacha api Arundhati, the same Arundhati also has the Leela she went through. So therefore, Girigrama Brahmana Gruha Kasha only the entire Chatusagara Paryanta Bhumi of which the Raja is Raja, within that only his Antapura, staying in which he was enjoying all the things. Accompanied with him was his own wife, who was Arundhati when he was Brahmana, now she is Leela. Clear? Leela Vidana Sa Jata Taya Cha Gnaptirarchita Gnaptya Saha Samullangya Kamascharya Manoharam. So that Arundhati only Leela Vidana, named as Leela, became his wife. Jata, born and came to his house as the wife. Tayacha Gnaptihi Archita. By that Leela, the Gnapti Devi, Saraswati Devi was Archita, Pujita, worshipped. Then there came the interactions we saw. Gnaptya Saha, along with Mother Gnapti Devi, Samullangyakam, Ascharya Manoharam. So, taking that Sukshma Rupa, they traveled in that Akasha through various lokas, which were so much Manohara. Kahate sare? First is Gruha Akasha Brahmana. In that only Rajyam, Raja's Antapura. In that Antapura, again in that Akasha, in the next level of Sukshmata, were all these lokas in which they, in the Siddhakasha Rupa, Ativahika Rupa, they went on traveling and they could see en route so many lokas. No doubt about it, be very clear. Therefore, the summary of all this is what? प्रादेशमात्रे नभसि सा तत्रैव गृहोदरे ब्रह्माण्डान्तरमासाद्य गिरिग्रामकमन्दिरे ब्रह्माण्डात् परिनिर्गत्य स्वगृहे स्थितिमाययौ स्वप्नात् स्वप्नान्तरं प्राप्य यथा तल्पगतः पुमान्. See, puman talpagataha. Person is sleeping on a bed. So he enters into one swapna. And in that swapna also he may be sleeping. And there also he can get another swapna that he is gone somewhere. मैं सपने में सो रहा था और इस नींद में फिर से सपना आया. आ सकता है. In that sapna you can have the world. If you can grasp it in the same way, pradesha matre namasi tatra eva gruhodare. In that gruhodara, first gruha is Brahmanas gruha udara. In that entire Rajya. In that Rajya, Antapura, in the Antapura gruha now, in that Antapura gruha Akasha, here it is talked about. Tatra eva gruhodare, pradesha matre. So the house is there. It has got, let us say, whatever the size of 60 by 40, because Raja, huge Antapura hoga, hall bhi bahut bada hoga. In that one place, pradesha matra. In a one small corner only of that Navasi Akasha, Tatraiva Gruhodare, in that Antapura Gruha, Brahmand Antaramasadya. She traveled then mm, to all the Brahmanda, then Giri Gramaka Mandire, then there only she saw that Giri Grama, then Brahmandat Parinirgatya, she has finished the Trayatra of the Brahmanda, then Swagruhe Sthiti Mayayav. She came back to her Swagruha. अभी कथा में नहीं हुआ, but वशिष्ठ राम संवाद में they can say later on they will come into that Rajagruha. But in the Rajagruha only, Akasha only, in the Brahmanda, Lokas they traveled, they crossed even Brahmanda, they went to Girigrama and they came back. So this is how, through Chitta Kalpana, all these Lokas, Lokantaras, Akashas, then beings, events, everyone then of them can be imagined like Swapnat Swapnantaram, Prapyatha Talpagata Puman. है तो पलंग पे तल्पगतः, but from one swapna to the other. He finishes one swapna and goes to other, or in one swapna only he will go to the other swapna within that. In this way, in their kalpana, having reached to the Ativahika Deha, they reached to the Kalpita Lokas only. And there, the time and distance is at that level. Okay? चित्त के लेवल पे जो समय और डिस्टेंस लागू होता है वो वहां वैलिड है. इन दैट टाइम दैट डिस्टेंस दे कवर्ड. All of that is only in Chitta Kalpana. Kalpana is always having substratum. Substratum is Ananta Brahmanda. Sorry, that Ananta Brahma Swarupa. That Brahma Swarupa is always intact. So in that intact Satchidananda Brahma Swarupa only through Kalpita Chitta, again the secondary Kalpana of the Lokas, the Kalas, the Deshas, the distances, the travels, all of them are projected. That's what we have to understand. See, to come to this level of understanding and thereby getting vairagya from our present life, thus purifying our antakarana, and we too going beyond body and identifying with the Ativahika Deha for our trial and test like Leela can go to all the Brahmandas, but all of that is still in Ativahika Chitta Deha, yet there is no moksha. Moksha is even transcending that Chitta Deha and becoming one with Chidakasha. Ultimately, Chidakasha, pure consciousness, Nyapti Swarupa in the morning class, Bodha Swarupa in the evening class. है ना? Prajna as a Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. Prajnapti, what is spoken in Gita. And with so many Nityo Nityanam, Chetana Chetananam, in that way defined in our morning Shveta Sutra. So that reality which is defined or explained in this way in Shveta Sutra, in this way in Bhagavad Gita, in this way in our next studying Vakyavritti, And in Mandukya, same thing is here, the Chidakash. That alone is real. That is infinite consciousness for our apprehension comparable with the space, unborn, undying, never modifying. In that, with the avidya and maya, the entire Ananta Koti Brahmandas, with their variety of Rupa Nama, are all in their Stula Sukshma Rupa, Kalpita along with Deshakala and Kala Prabhava of all modifications from birth to death. Like in the Swapna also, the whole world can be projected, we can live in that, taking it as reality. स्वप्न में भी आप फ्लाइट में दिल्ली अमेरिका जहाँ जाना है जा सकते हो. All that you experience in the waking, you can see in dream. And while in dream, underline this point, while in dream, it doesn't appear to be mithya. It appears to be real only. We go through those real experiences. Somebody is giving you a tea or coffee, hand shaken, the tea or coffee fell on you. When it was hot, little burning sensation. And the person said, sorry, said, koi baat nahi, it just happened, I'll just wash. All this, as it happens in waking, dream also it happens. While it happens there, appears to be real. But once you wake up, you have to wake up to say dream as unreal, mind you. So to have to wake up to the reality to say the whole world is unreal, really. But with the dream analogy and yuktis, it is very necessary to understand and accept the mithyatva of the Jagrat Jagat to detach from our attachments to it so that with the total detachment, when the mind is calm and quiet, we can awaken to reality, which is our goal. Having awakened to reality, then all what we believed with the example of Swapna and with all yuktis will be experienced. I alone am there in the Jagrat Jagata, whatever drashta, drushya, desha, kala, dehadi, upadi are there, all of them are me, the water on whom, like the oceans, rivers, wells and tanks and lakes are projected. And within each of them, the ripples, bubbles, waves, foam and froth and tides and breakers are projected. In the same way, in the pure Brahman, Panchamahavutas are projected through their combination. The Anantagoti Brahmandas, Sharira, Stula, Sukshma project. In all of them, wherever Paramatma Tattva is a reflectable matter is there, like Ahamruti, there the Jiva Bhava expresses. That Jiva is you and I. Lost in Upadhitatatmya, therefore forgot our essential self. The Gurus, the Upanishads, the Shastras tell us, guide us. That this way, with Upadhitatatmya Uchar Kalpita, the transmigrating, suffering samsari jiva, you are not. Realize it. We guide you. It's a long, lengthy process. Slowly, with every effort, the intellect gets opened up. If you are serious, sincere, regular, as the time required, so much it will take. Like kadai bunai mein any sweater. If you are making a sweater for a 2 year child, slowly you start it in 10 days, 5 days. उसके धीरे धीरे गला बनेगा, हाथ बनेंगे, फिर the body part बनेगा of that sweater. So to Vedanta, थोड़ा थोड़ा सुनते समझ. If you are making a sweater for your grandson of 22 years, that fellow is 6 footer and 80 छठा chest वाला, 1-2 महीना लगेगा आपको. बड़ा बॉडी है उसको स्वेटर. So too, depending on our thickness of intellect, our still samsara vasanas, our repeated falling into the worldliness, our repeated forgetfulness of the tattva jnana, our irregularity, insincerity in this takes more time. Everywhere so no. आप किचन में गए, फटाफट सारे बर्तन मांज दी, सब क्लीन कर दी, एक अटेम्प्ट में आधे घंटे में काम हो गया. No, you say, no, I'll wash one spoon, then I'll come back and watch TV, then another utensil. In that way, you do the whole day, you will be BMW only. बर्तन मांजने वाला. So it takes more time. Sadhana may be ऐसे. Regularly, sincerely, other than studying Shastras, through that, through contemplation, understanding logically the reality and understanding logically the unreality of the everything else. Intensely, deeply, like a scientist, if I involve, I'll also understand quickly. ओके, तो एक जन्म में या हो सके तो इस जन्म में इस तरह पूर्णतया तत्व ज्ञान के लिए ही हम अपने आप को अंकित करें. इन दिस वे वी हैव टू डू संकल्प प्रार्थना. लीला डिड संकल्प टू सी गिरिग्राम, मदर स्वस्ति took her. So that should help us to understand that if you do the sankalpa for Atma Jnana, we will be tending towards it. To learn that only all these stories. So in that Brahmana Girigrama Gruha Akasha, Raja Santapura. In that along with all Rajyam, Prithvi etc. In that Raja's Antapura Akasha, Brahmanda. In that Brahmanda, Leela and Saraswati in the Ativahika Deha traveled. In that only while traveling, they went to Girigrama. There they blessed. Then they came back to Antapura. अब अंतपुर को आने वाला अभी कथा बाद में आएगा. आई डोंट नो बाद में, इट मे बी आफ्टर 100 और 90, आई थिंक एटलीस्ट 90 सर्गास तक तो लीला उपाख्यानम चलेगा. Of which we are still in 28 only. 50, 60 more sargas are there. Through Leelopakhyanam only, all stories, all Vedanta Jnanam is repeatedly revealed to us, slowly revealed to us. Let us see. It's a first time for me also to study. Next, now the important, very, very important thing after having said all the above said things. Listen carefully. प्रतिभामात्रमेवैतत् सर्वमाकाशमात्रकं न ब्रह्माण्डं न संसारो न कुड्यादि न दूरता. This is what we have to catch. Sarvam akashamatrakam. Everything is basically the Chidakasha only. Chit Swarupa only. But for apprehension, an example of Akasha and comparison with Akasha. Therefore, Chit को आकाश जोड़ के बार बार हमें चिदाकाश चिदाकाश कह रहे. आकाश रूप चिदा मतलब आकाश एटलीस्ट टू सम एक्सटेंट वी कैन comprehend with intellect. है ना? It is so infinite. It is nirakara, nirvikara, niravayava, supports everything yet not touched by anything. These lakshanas are similar to that of the self, which is otherwise incomprehensible. Therefore, self is comparatively with akasha, but chit swarupa. The akasha is jada. This akasha is jada, that is chitta. So this is jada akasha, that is chidakasha. So sarvam akasha matrakam. First underline it. Basically, everything is pure conscious space. Then etat sarvam, other than that chidakasham, whatever the Brahmandas are seen or the Raja Antapuras are seen, Girigramas are seen, Pratibha matrameva. Etat sarvam. Pratibha means reflection or appearance only, all these are. Therefore, in reality, from the pure Chidakasha reality standpoint, na Brahmandam, there is no Brahmanda, na Kudyadi, there is no wall around the Brahmanda, na Durata, there is no so much of distance as if to cover space. Therefore, na Samsaraha, no Janma, no Marana, no traveling into different worlds, different Sukha Dukkha. The entire gamut is Pratibha Matram. Like in the dream world, dream people, dream relations, dream interactions, dream result, dream Sukha Dukkha, all of them are projected or not from waking standpoint. But for a dreamer, when you say, अरे सब तुम्हारा सपना है रे, जागृत अवस्था अलग है और कुछ उसमें सब नहीं होता, the dream going through fellow will never believe until at last he gets up, he wakes up. Somebody comes and says, hey, you should he is all real. That's how we experience. In dream also we sleep and we fall and our little fracture happens. In dream also you purchase a lottery ticket and you get 10 rupees. Ticket is 25 rupees. In dream only you play sports, you become member, you contest in elections, deposit also gone. Or thumping majority because of tappings, riggings. You can have every dream, Baba. And solid it is. In dream also, you can fight with the wife and get as usual defeated. The greatest joy in the life is to get defeated by wife, then only he will win the world. In Natanki sab jaise hi tarah waisa. In dream also I'll come and explain, and that will be very vague to you like in waking. As it's not understood here, any number of times you listen. There also it appears कि सब सुन रहा हूँ लेकिन कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा, इतने साल हो गए. But all those experiences appearing to be real. When you eat ice cream, that coolness. When you eat a pungent chili, पूरा जीभ चल जाता है वहां भी. You run for water, chini. Same like this. But if somebody comes and tells it's all unreal, we don't believe. So to here we are going through. If our Upanishads gurus say all these unreal, Brahman alone is real. Right now, immediately we don't believe. But through other yuktis, you understand with faith on the Guru, then those sadhanas, while doing so, when we become little sukshma, then the sukshma anubhutis come revealing to us unreal, these are all. Like Leela detached from Stula Deha. So she is an Ativahika Deha. And in that topic, in that sarga, while all that was discussed, a question also asked, what about the Adivahika Deha? It will be seen by the outer people, but for the one, that Adivahikata is gone, it has merged into the Sukshmata, Chitta Sthiti. Because Chitta solidified only, grasped only this Sthula Sharira. Through Yoga Shakti, every aspect of Stulata is merged in Sukshma. Even how higher sadhana karo, that sukshmata also dissolves into the mula prakriti. Prakriti disappears into the Paramatma Tattva. Like the solid ice block, when gets melted as water, where has it gone? The ice type of thing, the ice status, solid state gone now. When the solid became liquid water, when you heat it up, it becomes evaporated. When it gets evaporated into water vapor, where is this water? Stage changed. Then the water vapor through any of the processes when molecules are divided, then the H2 and O2, even the vapor will not be there, molecules only will be there. The molecules combined vapor, vapor liquefied is water, water solidified is ice. In the same way, through the avidya, the Brahman alone, through Maya, Trigunas, as Panchamahabhutas and their combination of all these, Kalpita only. Like the hydrogen and oxygen are the final truths, so too the Satchidanandata alone is the final truth. On that are these Kalpita. And the water vapor, these ice and water are more useful from the Vyavahara standpoint than the hydrogen and oxygen. है कि नहीं? पीने के लिए पानी, आइसक्रीम बनाने के लिए आइस, और कभी कभी वाटर वेपर, ड्राई वॉश यू वांट टू डू, और नाक में गले में अटक गया, तो दी वाटर वेपर इज मोर यूजफुल. हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन घर में लाके यू कांट डू एनीथिंग. सेम वे ब्रह्मन is not useful for vyavahara. No, very important thought here we are sharing. Brahman as much is not important in vyavahara, so much vyavahara also is not only not important, but it is the cause of entire samsara. Vyavahara is samsara, hai na? This one day when we digest by God's grace, Guru's grace, then we reject the samsara, which is vyavahara, then we realize the value of being the reality. That's the day where the real sadhana, sadhaka starts in us. सो हमको क्या है ना, व्यवहार पसंद है, संसार पसंद है, व्यवहार में ब्रह्म की जरूरत नहीं है, इसलिए ब्रह्म को किताबों में परिमित रखते हैं और व्यवहार में घूमते रहते. अरे दिस व्यवहार इज नॉट ओनली गिविंग यू द सुख दुख आदि, इट इज डिनाइंग यू ऑफ द इन्फाइनाइट एक्सपीरियंस विच इज देयर ओनली इन ब्रह्म स्वरूप. बट ये बात समझने में, पकड़ने में, लाइक द चाइल्ड ऑफ 8-9 years टेक्स 25 years at the age of 35 when he himself becomes father, knows what his parents told at the time when he was child. इसी तरह sufficient paripakvata of the jnana, when it happens, the reality of what Guru says, we are able to catch. Thank you. So, next one. If everything is sarvam akasha matrakam, what is the status of all these lokas, brahmandas, then the kudyas, vajrasarata of that? Here it is said, Sachittameva kachati tayostadrung manoharam वासनामात्रसोल्लेखम क्व ब्रह्मांडम क संस्कृति. So tayoho, for both of them, tadruk, that type of manoharam, more most enchanting, brahmanda and all lokas, Vasana matram, just because of their vasana or sankalpa, swachittameva, in their own chitta, in their chitta, all of that is kalpita. Otherwise, kwa brahmandam, in reality, where is brahmanda? Kwa samsrutihi, when there is no brahmanda, no jiva bhava, when there is no jiva bhava, to jiva only this samsara of karma, karma phala, janma marana, lokantara gamanam, dehantara prapti. Where are all of them? So Leela and Saraswati, in their Chitta Kalpana only, all of them are there. Chitta also is nothing but ignorance, little made subtle. Ignorance of the pure Brahman. Matlab Sarvam Brahmamayam, when this is not known, when Sarvam Brahmamayam, other than Brahman, there is nothing there. When this is not known or realized, that not known or not realized aspect is there, no? That's called avidya. That itself, the other side expresses as chitta, having so much potentiality. Therefore, it goes on projecting. To that projected, because of not thinking and realizing the self, the reality is given. And in that we get involved, like in dream. Dream world is projected, but we take it as real as a dreamer and we involve in it. As I gave you all the examples, it appears to be real only. But when you wake up, you say, yaar, saab tha hi nahi yaar, palang mein hi tha main. So to the Brahman alone is real. All these are projected. That's what he said. Swachittameva kachati tayoho tadruk manoharam vasana matra solekham kwa brahmandam kwa samsruti. Where is Brahmanda? Where is samsara? It is only their own chitta because of vasana or sankalpa. All of that is projected. Okay. Otherwise, beyond, if you see what is there, the reality, it is revealed. Niravaraname vedam nyaptyakashamanantakam kinchit sachittenoonnitam spandayuktaiva marutaha. Aha. This is the essence of the Rata Shanti Prakarana of the Mandukya Upanishad, the fourth one. Those who have studied that Mandukya along with me or somewhere, it's easy for me to explain to them and for them also to understand. Listen carefully, one by one word. First, Niravaranam eva idam Jnapti Akasham Anantakam. Everything is that Jnapti Akasha or Chidakasha, which is Ananta, and it is Niravarana. There is no Avarana, there is no covering that can cover it. It is pure, bright, brilliant, resplendent, infinite, eternal, immutable, changeless, birthless consciousness. The avarana here is called Maya. It is never there in it. So niravaranam eva idam jnapti akasham anantakam. What is there is jnapti akasha. Jnapti is consciousness. Akasham is just comparatively. Anantakam infinite. So anantakam jnapti akasham niravaranam eva. That alone is always there. Kinchit swachittena unnitam. Because of in that pure infinite consciousness only, its own power of Maya, projecting Chitta, in that Chitta be attentive. If you can catch it, great. In that Chitta, just because of Chitta Spandana, the entire Anantakoti Rupanamatmaka Brahmandas are Kalpita. Example is Spanda Yuktya Eva Maruta. In a very sublime yogic sthiti, you can see the spandana in the akasha appears to be Maruta, wind. The movement of space appears to be air. In Mandukya Upanishad, the example was the movement of the firebrand gives appearance to various shapes. Isn't it? Firebrand moved, the various shapes appear. That is called Alata Spandanam. रुजुवक्रादिकाभासम अलात स्पंदितम यथा सो टू ग्रहण ग्राहकाभासम विज्ञान स्पंदितम तथा अस्पंदमानमालातम अनाभासम अजम यथा अस्पंदमानम विज्ञानम अनाभासम अजम तथा विज्ञाने स्पंदमाने वै नाभासान्यतो भुवः न ततोन्यत्तु निर्गत्वात् In this way, that Mandukya explains. So, therefore, in the pure conscious self, its own power expressing as Chitta at the Ishvara level or Jiva level. In that Chitta Spandana only, the entire world. In Nidra, there is no Chitta, no Chitta Spandana, no I, the perceiver, no the world. NO, perceived by me. Isn't it? Perceived world is not there, perceiver me is not there in Nidra because Chitta is gone into Layavastha and there is no Spandana because it is in Layavastha. What happens? What do you mean by waking? From the Laya Bija Avastha, Chitta got manifested. And the manifested Chitta, as per the Bijas and Vasana, did Spandana. From that Spandana, I, the experiencer, the word in front of me, experienced, got immediately projected. Again, the Vasanas continued, because of which, in this I projected and the word projected, the specifications came. So I slept with the Bijatmaka Vasana that I am a Swami. So when I wake up, I will wake up only as Swami only. Then I slept with all the world with my relativity. So and so. So and. When I wake up, same samskaras allow or push my chitta to take up those world to be real, the relativity. Then I continue. तो ये मेरे भाई है इस संस्कार से अब सो जाते हो उठने के बाद यू विल सी एज भाई ब्रदर ओनली. Otherwise, I myself, when I get up next day, all my body changed, mind changed. Even the other fellow also, who slept yesterday, is not the same fellow. Because his body cells, all of them changed. But then, व्यवहार के लिए काम को आता है इसलिए, yes, my brother only like that. As long as he or we, one of them are alive, we go on conducting. That is the year. Niravaranam eva idam gnapti akasham anantakam. Everything is Ananta Gnapti Swarupa Akasha, which is without Avarana, or Avidya, or Ajnana, or Maya. Yet, that Shakti of Paramatma only, when it becomes Chitta, Kinchit Swachittena Unnitam. The sense of otherness in Paramatma appearing as Chitta, its Spandana, are all these. First Aham and something other than me, the Jagat. And in the Jagat, millions of things. Example is Spanda Yuktya Eva Marutaha. So therefore, the entire Brahmanda Kalpita in the Niravarana Chit Swarupa Parabrahma only. And what about that Chidakasha? Chidakasham Ajam Shantam Sarvatraiva hi Sarvada Chitva Jagadiva Bhati Swayamevatmanatmane. So Chidakasha, the pure infinite conscious space is Ajam Janmadi Vikara Raita. Shantam, without any spandana in it. Sarvatra eva hi sarvada. Always, in all places, that and that alone is there. But chitvat, because of the chittata, jagadiva abhati, that pure consciousness only appears as jagat, swayameva, by itself, atmana, by itself, atmani, in its own self. So Chidakasha of its own Shakti, projecting Chitta, that Chitta only again further projects the Chidakasha only as this entire Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Otherwise, Jiva Jagat remove the Chidakasha Brahman, no Jiva, no Jagat, no Ishvara. One stuff only the Brahman, the reality, projected by Avidya and Chitta in these so many forms. Like one gold with your imagination in the mind has so many ornaments you project. Traditionally in India, in this way the ornaments are here. In other countries you go, they put ornaments in different parts of body also. सर पे लगाएंगे, नाक में लगाएंगे, नाक में ईयर. It is their way. अब कल को आकर लोग और भी नए नए ornaments they can project. But any number of ornaments, they're all projected on the one reality, the gold. Because of projected ornamentations, because of their names given, because of their utilization in various parts of the body, because millions of people for millions of lives call them with those names, yet Gold never ceased to exist. Gold is always gold. So to the Brahman, the Maya of Ishvara, and the Sankalpas of Yondai Jiva Varshita, in any number of ways we can't projecting, it still remains as Brahman only. Like the aloo ka samosa banao, aloo ka dum banao, aloo ka sabji banao, paratha, aloo remains aloo only. Brahman and aloo are not that way. Example के वास्ते. Okay. Sweet sugar you mix in anything, tea or coffee or mithai, okay? Sweet sweet ही होती है इस तरह. From here, shloka, tomorrow we'll study. 12 mantras we have done. It has 60 mantras, 3 or 4 days. So, what is the intellectual apprehension we have to have? Pure consciousness, sense of otherness, chittata, spandana in the chitta, the projection of drashta drishya, and the drishya again through spandana projected million ways. All these projected is unreal. Brahman alone is real. In real Brahman, please, there is no samsara. In the projected world, please, there is no moksha, only samsara. Your choice. You want to go through the samsara in the projected world or rejecting projected world, realizing self. You want to get mukti from all this samsara. Aapki marji hai. And even to understand such thing is there, and that's achievable through this way, takes so many listenings. And also exclusively Tattva Shastras, not the Artha Shastras, the Kamana Shastras, how to win the world Shastras, how to make friends Shastras, how to increase the bank balance Shastra. वो सब नहीं, तत्व शास्त्र ही सुनना पड़ता. Thank God, God has given us this akal that we in all our classes, Tattva Chintana only we do, no other thing. Thank you. Continue tomorrow. Sarvam Sri Rama Vashishtadi Saraswati Mata Leeladi Charanarvindarpanamastu Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. वाक्यवृत्ति 2 श्लोक प्लीज कम हरि ओम.